Trump's new Middle East plan. What do we know so far? What are the possible implications? And is this a general change in strategy for how the United States handles the Middle East? You can find out all of this today. I'm Jared White. This is JNEWS. Hey guys, really excited you logged in. Got a great show for you today. We're going to be talking about Trump's new Middle East plan that is about to be announced. But first, question of the day. What do you think is going to happen to East Jerusalem and the new Trump Middle East plan? Big story. President Trump is just about to release his new Middle East plan and strategy. It's been coined the deal of the century, and it's supposed to at least change a lot, as we now know it, about how the Middle East operates when it comes to negotiations and foreign policy. Now, what do we specifically know about the plan? Not a lot. President Trump and Jared Kushner have both said that they're keeping things under wraps until we release the information, but we do know a few things. Jared Kushner had an interview with an Arab newspaper and said in that interview, quote, "The global community is getting frustrated with Palestinian leadership and not seeing many actions that are constructive towards achieving peace. There are a lot of sharp statements and condemnations, but no ideas or efforts with prospects of success," which is definitely a knock on Abu Mazen for walking away from the negotiations table. Abu Mazen has decided that he's not going to be talking about negotiations with the United States since the United States decided to move their embassy to Jerusalem in December, or at least announced it in December. He says, "If President Abu Mazen is willing to come back to the table, we are ready to engage. And if he is not, we will likely air the plan publicly." Now, that is huge. Now, normal operating procedure says that you deal with foreign negotiations with the presidents or the prime ministers of the country you're trying to negotiate with. But this doesn't appear to be negotiations at this point. This is kind of the United States saying, this is what we're doing, and you can either be on board or not. Now, which is a huge step and a definitely not following precedent of how the United States has handled diplomatic negotiations in the past. What does all of this mean? What are the implications? Well, we don't really know since we don't have a lot of content go on, but from that statement, we can know a few things. One is that Abu Mazen will not have a say in the initial dealing if he doesn't come to the table now before they announce it publicly. And if that happens, some serious things can happen. One, there can be some serious political backlash. There's a lot of things that the Palestinian Authority has been pushing for and the Palestinian people want. And if this deal makes concessions towards that or gives the Palestinian people some of these amazing things that they want, but President Abu Mazen is not at the table and doesn't accept the deal, well, that could cause some serious problems for his elected office. But like I said, since we don't really know what's in the proposal so far, we can't say that for sure. And we can also definitely say that this may not be such a big deal. The reason I say that is because, sure, the Palestinian Authority may not be at the negotiation table right now, but Jared Kushner has said multiple times that he's leaving a channel open. Regardless of what other people in the Trump administration have said, they've wanted to close down communications with the Palestinian Authority and President Abu Mazen. But Jared Kushner has been very adamant about saying, no, we have to keep that channel open to make sure that we're able to negotiate if they want to come back to the table. So maybe they will come back to the table after we realize how great this deal is, or maybe the deal will be awful and President Abu Mazen will be like, oh yeah, I really want to come back and fix this because it's a bad deal. Either way, later down the line, President Abu Mazen may come to the negotiations table and then this was just a big nothing burger. Another reason that this is a big deal is because that this plan, this Middle East peace plan, is changing the way that the United States is doing peace talks and strategy with diplomacy between other countries. This very polite way of doing business with these other countries hasn't really worked in the past. And President Trump, his strategy, which we've seen in other instances, is he has a firmer hand with these things where he's not being, I would like to be your friend and maybe we can get along. He's saying, well, it's my way or the highway, bub. Just take the deal, all right? And maybe that might work. Now, we've already seen that this is possibly working in other aspects of the United States' foreign policy areas, like how North Korea is coming to the table and negotiating. President Trump had a very heavy hand with Kim Jong-un. We all remember when President Trump coined the term Little Rocket Man for Kim Jong-un. And that was the more heavy-handed, we don't negotiate with you kind of people. But now there's becoming a more relaxed and casual relationship between President Trump and Kim Jong-un. And it seems, we'll see how it goes in the future, but it seems as of right now that that tactic, that negotiating tactic of you're my enemy, but now you're my friend, is working, at least so far, because North Korea is on the path to denuclearization, and they're returning the remains of soldiers that have been kept in North Korea for all this time since the Korean conflict. So maybe, just maybe, this heavy-handed tactic is working, and it might also work in the Middle East with Abu Mazen. If not getting this deal finalized, or at least bringing Abu Mazen to the table. So we'll have to see. No one can say for sure. We'll find out in the next couple of days when this plan is actually announced what it is after and what the goals of this plan are. And when that happens, I will be here to inform you about all of it. So stay tuned. Keep watching. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Jared White. This is JNEWS. Hey there. I hope you liked this video. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and YouTube at Jerusalem Institute of Justice to get more videos like this. Make sure to hit that subscription button and hit the little notifying bell to be notified of upcoming videos. Also, follow us on Twitter at JIJ_Israel. And of course, go onto our website at jij.org to read other articles and other things that we post. Comments, feedback, fatwas, they're all appreciative here. So let us know what you think in the comment section of wherever you are on the internet. So, my name is Jared White. This is JNEWS.